Hello friends and colleagues, Mel here, and I've got another video for the young professionals today. With a resume, what you want to do is really capture yourself and show how you're unique and that you bring something special to the table, right? So it's gotta be unique. Today, what I want to do is go through several good components in resumes that I've seen. So this isn't from one resume, but rather I've picked and pulled several different good examples for you in different sections so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's start at the top and work our way down. The first thing here, you'll remember that I talked about this in a previous video. I shared that I thought it's usually best to lose the objective statement, and that's because most folks write the same objective statement as everyone else. So for a resume reader, when we look at your resume, I don't need to read that you want to apply your skills to a new position because that's what everyone else writes. We really want to see something different, something that sets you apart from the crowd. Okay, so I thought this particular summary, rather than an objective statement, is a really good example. Here it is. Novice chemical engineer achieved exceptional class ranking in the top 5% as a full-time student while working 30+ hours a week. Attracted to serve in roles that meld the technical with aesthetics and human-centered design. Okay, so the reason that I like this summary statement is because I learned a lot of unique things about this individual in a very short space. I know that they have some interests that are outside of just chemical engineering. I know that they recognize that they're at the beginning of their career. They sound ambitious and energetic. I like all of that. And then I especially like that they said that they were working so many hours a week while they were a full-time student. And the reason that I like that is because I think if you did that as a student and the potential employer doesn't value that, then they're not the right employer for you. So if you had to work hard in whatever kind of job, it doesn't matter even if it's fast food through school, if you were having to spend a bunch of time at a job like that, state that and state your achievement that you did that while you were going to school full-time. Good for you. That was a summary statement that I liked. Okay, I want to move now to the body of a resume. So the example that I'm going to show you here is not like completely entry level, but it's an engineer who's still early in their career. And this is what I like about it. They start with an experience section at the top that is short and to the point. I can quickly see the roles that they had and a really high level understanding of their responsibilities in that role. And then underneath that, they put specific projects. So then as a resume reviewer, I can go down and look at those projects and see, okay, here are the detailed responsibilities and achievements that this person did or had with respect to these projects. And then also in the projects, it gives me an understanding of the variety and depth of different types of projects they worked on, right? So I really appreciated this setup. It's clean, so it gives the reviewer a chance to look briefly in the experience section, figure out that they want to learn more about this person's experience, and then they can go down into the projects section to get the details. Okay, and then moving on to sections that are usually at the bottom of resumes, I've got a couple of different examples here that I really liked. The first one that I'll show here, it has National Society of Black Engineers, and then it shows their role, and then American Society of Civil Engineers, and then talks about the aspect of that they were involved with. Okay, so harkening back to the previous video I made, the reason that I like this is because it clearly shows that this person was involved with those groups. It doesn't just list the organizations and say they were a member. I can see that this person was actively engaged, they spent time volunteering, they did things that were competitive and had teamwork, like the concrete canoe. So I really appreciate when young professionals outline these things in detail. Okay, and then I've got one other example here for you of a similar type section. They worded it a little bit different. They called it leadership and service. I like that too. But similar to the first example, they show their role, they show the amount of time that they were in these roles, and they outlined the specific things that they did for this organization. So I'm learning a lot about this individual and that they value mentoring. They actively spend time doing that for others, and they also spend time volunteering. And that tells me a lot about their character. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Those are 3 good examples that I wanted to share with you. So an excellent summary statement, a really well done experience and project outline for engineering experience specifically, and then the leadership and involvement or leadership and service section at the bottom, clearly showing the person's role and impact in those different organizations. So that's what I liked about this resume. Thanks everybody. See you next time.